Truck pricing seems to be soaring lately, and so I'm curious now about the new 2024 Ford Raptor. How much more expensive did this truck become? If you recall, yesterday I did a video on the XLT trim of the Ford F-150 2024 versus the 2021 Ford F-150 Power Boost I bought a couple years ago. And in that video, we discovered that the price difference was about $7,000 for the panel moonroof because of the way the options are built out. If I didn't do that, my price increased by $2,000. I thought, man, if that went up that much, how much is the Ford Raptor going to go up? Oh, hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Let's go ahead and in this video, I'm going to show you the build and price tool of the 24 versus 23. And then towards the end of the video, I have something for you. It's kind of a, if you missed the details from the Detroit Auto Show, I have this gentleman who is one of the chief people involved in the Raptor. The video, for whatever reason, turned out a little wonky. We fixed it. So I'm going to put this at the end, though. So I'm going to do the build and price first, and then all the details on this video on the end. So this might be a long one. If you already know the details, you don't want to watch the end video, you're not going to break my heart at all. I totally get it. But let's check out the pricing. So I'm going to go back here. This is the 2024 Ford F-150 Raptor. We can see it there on the right-hand side of the screen. And what I'm doing here is I'm not going to pick options and options. I'm just going to pick just the standard stuff. Let's see what the pricing is. So let's say we just go black included. I'm not going to include anything else. Powertrains. So this is the difference between the Raptor and Raptor R. This is the 5.2 liter supercharged V8. When you click that button, I just want to show this. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, there's your difference, $31,000 in increase because you have Recaro seats, you have different Raptor trim package or Raptor R A03A package, so different engine, that kind of stuff. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to stick with a normal Raptor with the EcoBoost high output engine. Four-wheel drive is standard, electronic automatic transmission standard, lock and rear axle. I'm going to go with the base equipment group. So this is for 37s. It's got 37 kind of tires and marker stuff on that, and then there's a Raptor R equipment group here. So just the base equipment group for the Raptor. Bed utility package, mobile office. The wheels, I'm going to leave the wheels as they are. So I'm going to go deal a lot. I'm going to buy this stock. That's what I'm going to buy it. Tailgate step. This is your Raptor R badge, that kind of stuff. No tonneau cover, no nothing. I'm just going to go just the base truck from Ford. Power sliding rear window, electronic rear window defroster. I have the trailer hitch, the front and rear tow hooks, the box link, remote tailgate release, rain sensing wipers. I'm going to skip the twin panel moonroof. Again, I'm just going to try to go base engine or base truck, and we have remote start system, skid plates, the extended 36-gallon fuel tank, reverse sensing system. I'm not going to do the onboard 400 watt because the 2 kilowatts is now included. Now that's the more powerful power on board. 360-degree camera, LED side mirrors, and LED side view mirror spotlights, LED box lighting. We have exterior mirrors that power and fold. We have little running boards. Seating. This is leather trim seating, which is the base seats, which look pretty good. There's the Recaro, but you have to go with the Raptor R to get the Recaro. So that's part of that $31,000 increase. So basically, leather trimmed seats are the best you get in that, which is interesting. Leather trimmed only. Little chin rub there. Power adjustable pedals with memory. We have auto dimming. We have the partitioned lockable fold storage. That's in the rear underneath the seats. That's included. I'm going to point that out in a minute when I go to 2023. Newsflash, not included back then. Heated and metal knees front seats, 10-way adjustable, all the power lumbar, all that stuff is all included. I'm not going to do the ashtray stuff. The integrated trailer brake is included. We have the 2-speed automatic all-wheel drive. We have the power tilt steering wheel. We have heated steering wheel, adaptive cruise control. Has the display, ambient lighting, the radio, audio upgrade, Sync 4, Sirius XM, all included. So let's leave this, go over here before I show the price. So 2023 Ford F-150 Raptor. Again, I'm doing just the base color. I'm not doing the Raptor R. We have 4-wheel drive, electronic, all the same thing. Raptor equipment group. I'm not doing the Raptor R, just the base equipment group. So again, apples to apples. I'm not doing any of the graphics, no moonroof, nothing. The Class 4 trailer hitch is included like it was in the 2024 version. I'm not doing the 37-inch performance package, not doing the tires, none of that. Again, base to base. I have the wheels. These wheels, I think you can include, those wheels are included. So you have some, I guess that's an increase in price. So we're going to keep the stock wheels. Well, I thought we had some fun, some wheels there. Exterior, because I don't really like those wheels. Here's all your exterior options: Raptor, tonneau, bed liner, nada. Nope. We have the windows, power sliding rear wheel. We have the rear window. We have the window defroster. We have 37 graphics delete. That's included. Not doing the package. Front rear tow hooks. Bed link, twin panel moonroof. I'm not doing moonroof. But just for kicks and giggles, let's see how much it adds to the price in 2023. Let's see what it says. Yeah, that's $2,000. So not doing that. So nope, taking that off. No engine block heater, no bed tray, just skid plates and things. Now this is interesting. In the 2023 version, the 2.0 kilowatt propane board is not included. It's not stock. So this is $995 more for that. Whereas the 2024, it was included. Okay. Let's see, cast burning boards, color seating. I have some, I guess, in different seating colors. Is that I'm looking at here? I don't know. Yeah. So okay, different seating. Oh, you have to add. You have to add wheels to go with that. Yes. Remove. Yes. No. So leave that alone. All right. So just ridiculous packaging. So there we go. Oh, I got to go back here. I got to do this. So yes, I'm switching back. So there's your standard seats. Everything else is the same. The partition lockable foldable storage is an option in 2023, $215. As we go down to the bottom, heated, everything same, all the same options. No ash cups, all-wheel drive, heated steering wheel. Yeah, it seems like everything's pretty much the same. The B&O, the audio upgrade, the Sync 4, and so here we go. The 2023 total price is $78,700. That's the estimated net price. No dealer adjustments, all the kind of stuff involved. So 78,770. Okay. The 2024 version with the same thing was 79,975. So that's very interesting. So it's about $1,200 difference. Which what's that? Oh yeah, that is the 2024. It comes with a Pro Power on board, and it comes with an integrated partition, the partition in the back. So the price difference here between the 2024 and the 2023, well, it's about the same. There's really no difference there overall Raptor year to year. And so, and I know they made not very many changes to Raptor, so that makes sense. It just went up by a few things because they have more standard equipment. So let's go more details on Raptor and those new dual valve shocks that are available on the Raptor are dual valve shocks. I'll say that one more time. Let's hop to the video.
So my name is Tony. I've been talking Raptor for a long time. I've been on Raptor for a long time. I want to start by just pointing out the fact that I really don't usually have the types of discussions with F-150 here, but that's okay. We're going to all launch at the same time this year, something fairly new. We've never really done that. But it's also okay because we are the off-road performance variant of F-150, and we're part of this family, and so we should be part of this discussion as well. John, who you guys listened to for a few minutes in the other room, talked a little bit about, hey, in 2009, that's when Raptor started. I want to kind of start from there, and then I'm going to end from there. In 2009, that's an important year, right? That's where we kind of got going with the steel body Gen 1 5.4 with the Super Cab. It was a pretty rudimentary off-road truck, right? But we had something there, and through 3 generations, we've continued to kind of deliver on that vision for the customer to always kind of get them closer to trophy truck performance. That's kind of what the vision is. That's what we try to do every time we do a new Raptor. John also mentioned that the portfolio is growing, so it's not just an F-150 thing anymore. Raptor now exists also on Bronco. It exists also on Ranger. And that's an important thing to understand, because that means that when we start to develop all those Raptor brands, all those Raptor products all kind of come out of Ford Performance. When we look at developing a Raptor, we always kind of take the same recipe. It's the same recipe it was in 2009. It's the same recipe going forward, okay? That means that we prioritize suspension number 1, power number 2, appearance number 3, tech number 4, okay? And I'm gonna spend a minute on each one of those, and then we'll end with a closer, and if you guys have some questions, okay? So let me start first and foremost with suspension. We are keenly aware, okay, that our suspension really is what makes you faster in the desert, okay? And so, new this year, in the 24, is to add the rebound control to our shocks, okay? So we're bringing in dual valve, and dual valve will be available on anything that has a 37-inch tire, okay? Now, dual valve is just an evolution of the technology that we brought in 2018. In 2018, we added compression control. And you could drive the old truck that had passive shocks and then the new truck that had the compression control, and it was a night and day difference. The compression controlled truck just stuck to the ground, okay? And you couldn't move it when you were kind of trying to go fast. You couldn't move the rear end. This truck takes that to a whole new thing, right? You remain planted to the ground. And if you want to go fast in the desert, right, what you don't want to be doing is repositioning the truck with inputs, steering, throttle, drive, whatever. You don't want to be doing that. That's going to take your speed, okay? And these shocks will help you do that. And the customer will feel that. There's a tangible benefit off-road with these shocks. A second thing that I will tell you is that from an on-road perspective, because we were just out west kind of driving these trucks about a month and a half ago, we were in California doing some spirited mountain driving, I would call it. And you could definitely tell that the body roll and the cornering, right, the dynamics of the truck, the driving dynamics of the truck are much improved. So the customer gets both the benefit on-road and off-road. Lastly, I will tell you that our guys that are in Ford Performance really now, they've developed the algorithms that control those shocks. They really have to be experts in the hardware and software of this truck, because they need to know how all of the hardware and software is going to behave. And I'll give you an example. That rear suspension behaves differently than a rear suspension on any other F-Series, right? It's a coil spring. You need to know how that thing is going to perform, or you cannot write an algorithm for a shock. And that's why this has kind of been an activity that's been done in-house by our guys, by our experts, okay? Moving on to power, okay? This is the V6. It's equipped with the 37, comes with the dual valve, as I mentioned, right? This is 450 horsepower with 510 pound-feet of torque. This is plenty of power for 95% of the people, okay? I often tell people that you will run out of your capability before the truck runs out of his. And that is true for this Raptor and probably every single Raptor that's come before it, okay? But for that 5 or 10% of people that want that little bit more, they want extra horsepower, extra capability, extra speed, they got that inside, something burning inside that needs more. Last year we brought out the Raptor R, okay? This has the supercharged V8. I'm going to refrain from telling you horsepower and torque numbers today, because that's something we're going to share at some later point in time. But I will tell you that this is the most capable and most powerful Raptor we've ever made. And this is the most capable and most powerful Raptor that will play in the off-road truck segment, okay? All right, last thing before I leave power, right? And I try to say this just because, you know, it's worth mentioning, right? It's entirely possible to go faster in the desert without giving you extra horsepower. Because my chief always says to me, what are we doing to the chassis? What are we doing to the chassis? What are we doing underneath the truck? Because that's what's going to make you faster. So just keep that in mind. Not today, not tomorrow, just keep it in mind going into the future that, like, it's not always possible to add power, but you can always do something in the chassis that can make you faster off-road. And in the end, this is what this is all about, okay? Number 3, appearance. We had an opportunity to design this bumper right here. We refer to it as the modular bumper, okay? This is a Ford Performance designed part, okay? When we started designing it, okay, we knew that it was an appearance item, sure, but we also wanted to make it something that put it through the lens of the off-road experience. So how do you do that? How can this bumper make you more off-road capable? So we took about 3 inches, we carved it out, exposed more tire, that makes you more capable. We added a light bar feature. This is something you would get installed at the dealer, right? So there's a bracket and there's a takeout that's sitting behind there. It's stowed behind there. Dealer just makes a plug and play, installs the light, which is a rigid light, just like the same brand as those over there. The off-road lighting makes you more off-road capable. We gave you more robust and redesigned squared-off attachment points because rescue missions in the desert are nothing new. Right? It doesn't matter if you're a novice or you're a pro, rescue is still part of the game. That makes you more capable. And on top of that, when we started developing this, we thought to ourselves, you know what? We need to start to be more efficient with our engineering, and we need to design things that are reusable. So this center section is exactly the center section that's on that bumper over there. And all that's different and differentiated is the end caps. That truck, that's a different customer usage. It uses a winch, it uses a brush bar, it uses a light bar. This is a Raptor. It's meant to go fast off-road. It just needs light. Beyond the bumper itself, and I just mention this, guys, because it's also a new way of thinking within Ford to reuse, to be efficient in your engineering, and that's an important thing. Rest of the appearance thing, I think you heard Milton probably talk about the coast-to-coast. We've always had a coast-to-coast grille. We do that because we want to look wide. We are wider, but we also want that wide flat look like a trophy truck has. We did something different on the FORD, both front and rear. We kind of etched it in this time. We've never done that before. Take a look at the graphic. This is the first time we put a graphic on the fender. Graphics are new for both the V8 and the V6. This is shelter green. I think it was mentioned in the at the beginning there. Dawn may have mentioned it. This is shelter green. This is our new color for that is only available on Raptors, new for this coming year. And then take a look at this wheel. This is the typical wheel that we designed. We've had variations of it, but that's basically the beadlock wheel that all of our customers love. And then that's when you take all handcuffs off of the studio and let them design what they want. That's the new wheel for the Raptor R, which I think they did a pretty good 24. That's a 24 only on the Raptor R. Okay? So, and then if you open up the truck, you will see that premium interiors, we've refreshed the color and material. All of the carbon weave has been redone to have a look inside. Okay, so that's kind of the appearance.
Is that wheel made of anything interesting, or is it just standard?
Okay,
Just the look.
just a look.
All right.
Okay, so last thing, technology, which is the fourth pillar that I talked about. So we've spent a lot of time trying to understand what does a customer like and not like when they're doing high-speed maneuvers or performance driving, let's say. And so it's very easy to overwhelm them with a bunch of stuff on the cluster and a bunch of different colors and telltales and stuff like that. But what we decided is let's simplify what they look at and what data we present them when they're doing spirited driving. So we developed a performance IOD, information on demand, and it's basically just the critical data that you need when you're trying to go fast. Okay, it simplifies, it's easy to look at, it's visually appealing. There's also a head-up display that's been probably talked about in other stations, right? Raptor comes standard with a head-up display. We've also made it look Raptor, and we've also added our own unique content in the head-up display. We come back with trail control, which is standard, one pedal drive, which is standard. My mode, which is the only feature that's available on Raptor and not on F-150 or F-Series for that matter, which is just a programming of a la carte modes. You can put it like a memory seat and kind of put it into one. And so that's kind of the tech piece. So I just got a little kind of thing that I'd like to end with, which is basically to say, guys, look, one thing before I get to that. Keep in mind that the 37-inch tire, regardless if it's on a V8 or a V6, drives the dual valve shock, drives the modular bumper, drives the premium interior. So all that will always come together, okay? And that's a way to kind of cut our configurations down to effectively 3 configurations. This is the V6 with a 37. There's a V6 with a 35 that's not here. We call that the entry-level Raptor. And then this is the V8. That's got everything, okay? And the 35-inch would come with a standard bumper. It would come with a cast wheel, not a beadlock. It would come with a less premium, non-Recaro seat interior, okay? All right, so I kind of like to end with a little bit to kind of bring it back to 2009. So I feel like I have a pretty cool job, okay? And I work with a lot of really smart people. And the people that I work with, many of them do this on the weekends on their own, right? They got Raptors, they got old Raptors, they got Jeeps, they got Broncos. Some of them are some of them are more into rock climbing, some of them are more into high-speed desert running. Doesn't matter. The reality of it is there's a handful of people that go out and do this on the weekends, and then they come back and they teach us what they learn, and very many of those things make its way into these products. And that's a key thing, right? Because you have people that are actually doing this, and then they come back and tell us what we need to put into the trucks, right? And that's why, dating back to 2009, we've had people kind of come into the space and come back out of the space. We've had people kind of come in on the fringe. In the end, this space has kind of always been about Raptor. And I think today we kind of demonstrate again with dual valve and the other things I talked about that it's just us kind of leading this space. All right, I'll stop.
Okay, there you go. That's the details in the 2024 Ford Raptor. Not a huge surprise in price. I wasn't very surprised about that, but I was thinking about, and this kind of got my attention as doing a little chin rub, was if the XLT is going to be 68,000 I priced yesterday, why not just buy the Raptor? The Raptor's pretty badass for 10,000 more. I know 68's a lot for an XLT, but it seems like the Raptor should be more as well. And it seems like the Raptor isn't as high as I think it would be. Now the Raptor R is going to be a $100,000 truck. I mean, it's going to be really out there. But yeah, I don't know, and I know you're gonna kill me in the comments saying it's inexpensive. $78,000 is not 79,000. It's not cheap for half ton truck. It's ridiculous pricing. I totally get it. I'm not gonna argue that point at all. But I'm just saying, I think when I think of this stuff, I'm thinking to myself like, shouldn't it be more money? Like I just think that today in today's economy and today's what's going on, inflation, shouldn't the Ford Raptor cost more? That's my thought. Put your comments down below. I mean, it just in today's scheme of things, I know it's too much money for it. I get that. But wouldn't you think if the XLT is at 68 and the Raptor's at 79, you think that's too close? Why, you have Lariat in the middle there, you have Platinum over here. I mean, it seems like Tremor's in there somewhere as well. Kind of seems odd to me. All right, hey, like I said, put comments down below what you guys think. For more, check out videos over here, website down as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.